We live. What's going on, family? Welcome to BWO's Masterclass today. Y'all already know what's going on. Brother Chris is going to be talking about this auto trader that teaches, well, not even teaches you, trading for you. That's going to be trading for you. If y'all can hear me, I want you to put BWO in the comment section. If you can hear me right now, put BWO in the comment section. Now, y'all already know what I'm about to say, right? It's 500 people. Let's invite your friends and family. Somebody says an echo. I don't know why it's an echo. Anybody else hear echo? But invite your friends and your family so that your friends and family can see this and get this opportunity as well. I'm gonna play a song. I'm gonna play a song ahead of time, and as I'm playing this song, invite your friends and your family. It's game time. It's game time. Use this song as motivation.
It's game time, baby. It's game time, baby. Reaching for the stars, I got hang time, baby. If I'm winning and you winning at the same time, baby. Let's go. Finna press the industry like the main line, baby. Look, I was raised different. I see the whole game different. Gotta go hard like LeBron in the paint with it. We don't just play different. Every day we think different. Wake up in the morning, talk to Christ. You know I pray different. Used to play it safe, now I'm looking at my safe different. We about to blow. You should watch us from a safe distance. I'ma kill the industry, I'ma get away with it. Level up my flow, took the plan and made away with it. Holla if you feel me, they gon' wanna feel me. Made it out the mud and we still getting filthy. Money on my mind on this grind till it kill me. This is for my children, this is for my whole team. We don't want a piece of the pie, we want the whole thing. Baby, I'm a whole move, soulful as some soul food. Ballin' on these Pro Tools, training like I'm Goku. I can see the finish line, come here, let me show you.
Yeah.
It's game time, baby.
Yeah.
It's game time.
Hey, let's get this up to 1,000 people, man. It's game time.
Baby. If I'm winning and you winning at the same time, baby. Finna press the industry like the main line, baby. It's game time, baby. It's game time, baby. Reaching for the stars, I got hang time, baby. If you winning and we winning at the same time, baby. Finna press the industry like the main line, baby. If you wonder why the athletes and rappers can relate, cause we don't find a balance between talented and faith. We keep getting better every challenge that we face. They watching from the stands, I'm working on my plans. My eyes on the prize, I got drive like a lamb. Always knew that I could do it, they surprised that I can. On the rise once again, we devised us a plan. Enterprise so they never victimize us again. Look, level up my offense, tired of playing defense. This is not a pretense, I win, we win. If you ain't about trying to push your limits, we can't be friends. Working on the weekends, working on my weakness. This is my season, I'm about it for a lifetime. Who wants to be a million?
He said, if you ain't working to push past your limits, we can't even be friends.
Jesus on the sideline, about to cut the net, nigga. Yeah.
All right, family. So we about to get started. We got over 1,000 people tuned in. Make sure your people is in here and ready to rock and roll. For those who don't know, BWO, Bridging Wealth Opportunities, man. We are bridging wealth opportunities through the programs that we have, and the goal and mission that we have is to create 1,000 millionaires. If you plan on being one of those 1,000 millionaires, I want you to put millionaire in the comment section right now. I want you to put millionaire in the comment section right now if you plan on being one of those 1,000 millionaires inside of our BWO program. Now, as we always get started, a lot of people do not know who we are. Some new people are always introduced to the open master classes that we have. And for those who's wondering, this is usually a closed member, student only mastermind. So if you are, when you hear Chris talking today, you're going to be maybe a little confused, like, what is that? I don't know what that is. You probably don't understand because you're not a student. So this is usually a students only type of class, but we decided to open it up to the public. So let's get started with the testimonial, this video right here. And then after that, we got a surprise for you. We got a surprise for you. Here we go. Man, how long have you been a part of the program, and what's been your experience?
I started in March, and the experience has been great. You know, I was in trading a little bit before this, But the knowledge that I've gained from being in the BWO, it has surpassed anything that I learned past 3 or 4 years that I was in the market. So, for me, I'm recently funded because I was introduced to One Up and getting funded. I didn't even know that was even a thing, to getting that from Brother Chris. So, thank God for, putting me in contact with you guys from IG, following you and then kind of seeing what it was. I jumped in, was able to learn, got funded. Now I have the Autotrader to go on top of the knowledge that I have. So, it's just been a blessing. So,
hold on. So we're not going to assume everybody know what you're talking about. First of all, family, if you haven't shared this out with 3 to 5 people, man, let's go ahead and share this out. We only got 1,500 people on here. This is a class where you see testimonials of Black people who they say gonna have a wealth number of 0 by 2053, and we seeing these comments saying, I made 1,000, I made 2,000, I made 13,000, and they saying that we're gonna have a wealth, our wealth is gonna be 0. Now BWO is not gonna allow that to happen, but we're not gonna assume they know what you're talking about, brother. What do you mean when you say you've been funded, and how much did you get funded?
So basically, the funding process is just proving that you can trade. And in doing so, you can go up to 250K account, that you can get funded to trade other people's money. So I was recently funded for 150K account to trade other people's money. So I can tell you, having the knowledge of trading before joining, I lost thousands of my money. But now, I have the opportunity to use my skill set to trade someone else's money to minimize that risk and just maximize my profits. On top of that, having an Autotrader, the first week, Autotrader made 13K in my sim account. So for me, I'm the first Autotrader, and the second Autotrader is what I purchased from Chris. So it'll be 2 Autotraders. It'll just be me and the other one making this bread to to set my family free, man. That's how I'm moving.
Now we're gonna put the cherry on the top. When you trade with other people money, which you got funded 150,000, how much percentage do you get to keep, and how much percentage do they keep for funding you?
So the first 8K that you make is 100% yours. Then after that, I keep 80, they keep 20. So basically, there's no bank in the world. You can't go no loan in the world and keep 80% of it and only have to give 20% back.
Come on.
When you get a loan from somebody, you're giving all that money back plus interest. So for me, it's a no-brainer. Why would I risk my own cash when I can take somebody else's and make all the bread that I need to make?
Appreciate it, brother, man. Y'all can't beat that, man. Appreciate you, brother. Keep up the great work.
No doubt. Appreciate you.
Hey, man, that's what you call, from my brother Chris, you can't argue with the results. You can't argue with the results. You get funded 100,000 or 150,000 or 250,000 once you show that you know how to trade through the risk management. But when you come inside of the BWO, Sister Victoria, can you put the price of the discount, what the discounted price is at the bottom? Once you come into the BWO, you get access to the Autotrader at a discount, and the Autotrader can trade for you to meet your target. Once you hit your target, you are funded 100,000, 150,000, 250,000, and you keep 80% of it. The first $8,000, I believe, you keep 100% of it. So you see some people in the comment section already who's talking about, oh, I made this, how much today? Matter of fact, if you traded, how much money did you make this morning if you got the Autotrader? I want you to put it in the comment section so everybody else can see it. If you got your Autotrader, you're already a BWO member. I want you to put in the comment section how much you made, or if you made some money today alone or this week with the Autotrader. Put it in the comment section so everybody else can hear you. With no further ado, we about to bring up someone who has a testimony with the Autotrader, the one you've been looking for, the one you've been asking about, the one you've been trying to see. Hey, what they got going on? How much money they done made? We got no other than Brother 19 Keys coming up, is going to give his testimony of the Autotrader. Here we go.
Hold on, what up, family? Blessings and opportunities, man. Let me put this kilo worth of gold chain on real quick. And there's a reason that I waited till I got on screen to put this chain on, because I want y'all to know, number one, I bought this with the market. You understand me? When you buy things with the market, it's a little different, man. The energy is different, because if you got a job, you understand me, I want you to press 1. You understand me? You got a job and you currently have a manager, which in some circles people call a boss. Press 1 for me. I want to see something. And then in a second, you may have heard this word, this phraseology that we utilize. And I'm gonna give you a breakdown on why we utilize this. You understand me? If a boss has the ability to fire you, you understand me? That's one of the ways that you can tell that that's a boss. They got the ability to fire you. So the idea was, what if you fired your boss? What that automatically does is make you a boss. You know what I'm talking about? But at the same time, that sounds good. But how the hell do you get to that point where it's not just a feeling that I want to fire my boss, but it's a reality? But there's preparation and there's work that must happen and to exist in order for you to get to that stage. Now, you know, I was introduced to trading really a long time ago from my mother, but it never took. You understand me? I was reminded, Chris, that my mom took me to a library a long time ago. Probably I was like 15, 16 years old, and they was doing a class on options.
Right.
But I never really paid attention to it. It never stuck with any interest, most likely because the paradigm of thinking about stock and trading and investment didn't seem like it was for young black men. You understand me? It was never broken down in the language and the context with a perspective to understand that this is going to be value that I can utilize to change my life. You know what I'm talking about? And so it wasn't until I got older and I met a black man that actually does trade, you understand me, that does make money in the market, and taught me about options and trading in a particular manner that sounded like it was for me. Because if it was for him and I see myself, I see my brother, then I knew that that was an opportunity for me to boss up another level, because I'm already a boss and I was a boss when I met him, but there's levels to boss. You know what I'm talking about? So when I fired my job, you understand me, I became a boss and I started me a business, made 6 figures in a month with a family business. When I learned a skill set, which was trading, then I was able to do 6 figures in a year. I mean, within a day. And what that told me was the time that I thought the value that I was getting for my 365 days at $100,000, I thought that was enough until I increased my value and I bossed up and I realized that I can do that for myself in no time, right? So I decided to start a family business and I was able to capture all of that value that I was giving someone else in 30 days. Then I learned that there's levels to it, right? That I want to increase my effectiveness and my efficiency. So I decided to say, all right, what happens if I can learn a skill set, right? Then I could be able to make $100,000 within a day, just giving the estimates on what the market was. And that's what happened. So now the trajectory of my life has changed simply because I've learned how to boss up. I learned how to fire yesterday and become the man I am today. And I remember working a job that maybe some of you all are working. You may like your career. You may like what you do. But I want you to understand that a lot of the dreams that we have were sold to us. And when you learn how to adjust and build your own, then all you need to do is figure out the knowledge, the skills, the resources in order to make it successful, right? So I went to the Shinnecock Nation about 2 weeks ago. It's in Southampton, and they have the largest tribe of melanated people, you understand me, in North America. Now, I met a Native American man who demonstrates his sovereignty on a consistent basis, and he gave me some wisdom that I'm going to never forget. He said, when we born and when we in the womb, we're preparing for our next stage of development. We're preparing for our next world. He said, we developing hands, we developing feet, ears, spine, spleens, legs, heart, lungs, all of the things that will be necessary for when we're actually coming out of our mother's uterus, the womb, into earth. You understand me? And we're born, but we're not born with a pre-thought of knowing all of the things that we're going to face, but naturally, you understand me? We're born preparing physically for this world. You understand me? And we are equipped with all the things that we need for this world. And then when we're born into this world, then that's when we're supposed to be preparing for our next world. So we develop all of the spiritual tools that are necessary. And every single day, you may be going through a stress and anxiety. You may be growing. You may be having growing pains. You may be trying to figure out why you're going through what you're going through. And you might not understand the next things that you're facing, but it's to prepare you for your next world. right? And if we can prepare you for another world where you not only just chase the idea of freedom, but you have true freedom, right? And this is what I want most people to understand by the end of this webinar. Unfortunately, we face the feeling of freedom. We chase the feeling of freedom, right? Because real freedom is understanding and knowledge. You understand me? Happiness. You understand me? But what we face and what we chase the ideas that make us feel free on a daily basis, which are our emotions. If I can satisfy my emotions in the moment, I feel free. But none of us are truly free because our environment controls us. So when we stuck and we contained in an environment that controls us, that have nothing to do with our nature, you understand me, have nothing to do with our happiness in our life, and we have a boss that's patting us on the back, telling us punk ass jokes that we don't truly want to hear, then it doesn't give us that feeling of freedom. So learning the skill sets and equipping yourself, you understand me, with the things necessary to move forward, that's what allows us to have true freedom. Was it Frederick Douglass that said that knowledge makes a man unfit to be a slave? So once you get the education, once you have the knowledge, then you're no longer a slave to the environment, because now you're aware of it and you have truth, you have understanding, which is more important than knowledge. And so as you may see people throw the numbers, I made 3,000, I made 2,000, I made a multitude of different things. I want you to understand something that I just broke down earlier on Twitter. And these are the stages of development when it comes to education, leadership, and business revolution. And it starts with the motivation. I can speak to you and I can give you a reason why you should start. I can give you the energy, I can give you the game. I can speak loud and be like, y'all need to start, right? That's the tonality of motivating someone, putting that spirit in them. And then I can inspire you and say, listen, this is what I do on a daily basis for myself. I actually get out there, I grind, I show the people leadership by example. And now you're inspired by the things that I do, right? Listen, I have my 6-figure days. You know what I'm talking about? Which may also mean that you can have it as well, right? And then it comes to education. Well, let me teach you how I did it. So now you're getting educated on the ways that I was able to bridge my wealth opportunities. I was able to fire my boss. I was able to prepare myself for my next level of bossing up in my next world. You know what I'm talking about? And then they say, well, listen, man, our people have been robbed with the abilities to actually learn. We have learning disabilities. So it'd be hard for us to focus and participate in the right education to take these opportunities. So listen, we're going to give you a step-by-step instruction. We're going to take your hand and we're going to walk you through it. We're going to build a community for you to build your family, to build your last name, to allow you to supersede the issues, the problems, the distractions that you have on a consistent basis, and to take the type of results that we get. Man, I was out earlier, what was that, yesterday? We was at the beach and I told Chris something. I said, man, you know, what we got here is different from everybody else. And the reason that it's different is because this is not an event, right? This is not some, lecture or, a place where people coming to just for a conference. We have one of those. But what I experienced yesterday was community. And when everybody came together and they pitched in, they giving their testimonials on how their life was changed, you understand me? And you got young people that's like 10 years old giving testimonials on how their mindset was changed. And people talking about they just got out of jail. They just did 12-year bids and they have something when they come out to look forward to become a boss, and they making more money than people that's been free their whole life. I see community where people are feeding each other and sharing resources with each other and helping teaching each other. And when the secret about the community education is that when we learn together, we learn better because we are in a better environment. And the state in which you learn matters. So you can go and try to become a YouTube warrior and a Google warrior by yourself, but the condition of doing it alone will never satisfy the human condition of doing it together, which allows you to learn better, right? And so it gets me to the last stage, because the last stage, after you give people the instructions and you build the community, then you want to get to the process of where we at today, which is the technological revolution and advancements that we all supposed to be at, right? And that's what we're talking about, automation. How do I create a system that does it for the people to where they can minimize the amount of effort, but maximize the results? And by the production of this Autotrader, right, and the production of the BWO as a system, as a whole, as a community development, everybody has to go, but nobody has to go alone. You understand me? And so now you have a community to where people are learning, people are helping each other. You understand me? It's better than any fraternity or sorority on the planet Earth, because this is truly about building wealth and producing family and producing results. You understand me? And as we're young in this particular revolution, but I promise you, over the next 10, 20 years, the people that's here in this list and this comments, a lot of you all don't know. You just like me when I was at my job, knowing that I had all this potential, but frustrated because I didn't know how to become the person I am today. I knew one day I'd be wearing these big old gold chains with these nice glasses and this amazing crown with leadership and results and talking about 6-figure days and, you know, building mastermind groups. Like I seen it for myself. I seen the God that was in me, but I didn't know how to bring the God out of me because I didn't have the skills, resources, a team or community to help develop myself. So I was frustrated every day, stressed because I felt that it existed, but I didn't know how to get it. You understand me? And the intellectual property, the resources, the market, the knowledge provided that opportunity to become who I am today. But if you ask, bro, I was working at a job satisfied with the 6 figures, knowing he had the potential, he didn't see it 100%, but I had enough vision to know that it existed. And see, you have an opportunity that I don't have because you have more than an opportunity. You understand me? You actually have people that can facilitate the inspiration, the education, the instructions, and the automation. And if you've been through the motivation phase, you've been through the inspiration phase, you've been through the education phase, you understand me? You've been through the instruction phase, you know how valuable the automation is. You understand me? You just go add up all of how hard it's been thus far and ask yourself, if I can automate this process, how valuable would that be? And that's where we at today. Because if things aren't advancing, they stuck. And some of us are happy with the busyness, but that ain't the most effective business. Because a person that gets stuck in their everyday, happy because they putting in some work, don't understand that they like the man that's on a treadmill. You may be putting in work, but you are not going anywhere when it comes to distance. And what we want to do is go very far, because the man that steps off the treadmill and take 10 steps will always go further than the man that's on the treadmill doing 1,000,000 steps. So the goal here is to allow you all to move forward with your family, move forward with your production, and essentially give you the same type of freedom that I have. Because oftentimes I'm like, Chris, I don't know the day of the week. I don't know what time it is. I don't know none of that. You understand me? Is it Saturday, Sunday? It don't matter, because it's my day. You understand me? And I promise you, the most powerful thing on the planet Earth and the reason for life itself is motion, right? Masculinity is about moving forward consistently like a shark. And the moment that you don't have alignment and you can't move forward, you feel stuck. And when your energy is stuck, it gets you depressed, because energy doesn't have anywhere to express. So once you get the education, you learn how to put your family together because you frustrated and you want to get funded. You hear people talking about, oh, I don't even have to get a high school diploma and I can get funded $100,000. I can get funded $250,000, right? I don't have to be the greatest trader in the world, but I can make money trading. This is the new technological revolution of 2021, and that's what you have the ability to be a part of. And by the end of this, some of you all will take opportunities for that investment of your potential that you know exists in you, that you know that the workplace and the friendships that you've cultivated thus far, the dreams that you have are based on your survival, not the true possibilities of your potential and your imagination. And once you're able to exist there, you get a whole nother level. So I'm gonna leave y'all with this last word that I always do. You got the people that tap in at first. Those are the revolutionaries. They heard enough. I know it's right. I'm gonna interact with opportunities. I ain't gonna react to everybody else's success. I'm not a reactionary, I'm a revolutionary. Then you got the people that hear word of mouth. Give me your testimonial and I'm jumping in. You understand me? There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes we need confirmation. You understand me? Then you got the third people. Well, when everybody is making money on it, I want to start making money. That's when it becomes standard. And then you have the fourth group of people. They're going to ignore all of the signs, ignore all of the knowledge, ignore all of the instructions, ignore all of the inspiration, all the motivation, all the automation. They never jump in, and all they got is excuses for the rest of their life, and they build monuments of nothingness. So the question you want to ask yourself, are you a revolutionary? Are you going to jump in? You going to have the results that we post, or you going to watch the results that we post? I'm 19 Keys, man. I just wanted to tell you that, you know, all of the potential that I brought out for myself, it's possible that you can bring out that for yourself. You understand me? And we truly, it's like no other organization on this planet Earth. You understand me? Because we built the foundation of all of those steps, and you ain't gonna see us skip a single goddamn step. You understand me? When it comes to bringing you to this process of automation, we didn't start it there. We brought you here. So now that you're here, take advantage. You understand me? And I'll see y'all in the BWO. I see you with your auto trader talking about I did this keys, I did that keys. You understand me? And number one, I can't wait for you to post that message saying you fired that punk ass boss. Peace, family. Tap in.
Peace. All right, family. So those who's asking how do you get in up front, just going to let you guys know it's normally $3,000 a year. But right now, if you go to bwospecial.com, you can get in for more than 50% off tonight. More than 50% off tonight. Not only do you get BWO program, but you also get the tribe, which is weekly coaching Monday through Saturday now. So as much that you get access to all of our courses, you get access to all of the previous recordings, and the auto trader, which we're talking about right now, you get it at a major discount, which Brother Chris will go deep into when he comes on. We got one more testimony that we're going to do, then we're going to bring up Brother Jake. Brother Noble, are you ready? You able to get stable somewhere? All right, we're about to bring in Brother Noble. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, sir, man. Thank you, man, for being a part of the BWO program. Real quick, man, what's been your experience after joining the BWO?
Man, the experience is amazing. It's you know, a lot of information that's offered to the community. You know, there's a lot of like-minded people in there, and like as far as the trading is concerned, like Chris dropped a lot of, you know, he dropped a lot of gems on his trading stuff. You know what I'm saying? And now that we have the auto trader, it's pretty much, you know, it's a lot more easier, you know, and it's more automated, like, you know, like we've been talking about. And so, you know, my first week with the auto trader itself was over 20K.
Come on.
I got my trade performance here. I'm about to pull it up for y'all real quick.
Yeah, show some receipts, man. They don't believe you in the comment section. Show some receipts, man, so they can see it.
All right, so we're going to go back in June. And we going to, all right, so let me turn my mic around. I mean, my camera. Let's see.
Oh, my man. Boy, this BWO for real, boy. He done closed out the thing trying to turn his camera around. I don't know if he can. I don't know if I don't know if StreamYard allow you to turn your camera around. But man, hopefully the brother come back in time. We don't want to. Okay, there you go. You back?
Yeah, I'm back. I'm sorry about that, y'all. I'm trying to turn the camera around.
Y'all forgive us, man. Give us some time. This live, as y'all can see, this ain't scripted. This live, this is the real deal. This is just what it is. Man, you might not, yeah, you might have to do it like that.
We're just gonna do it like this from
Yeah.
the front camera. I don't know if y'all can see that. Hold on.
Yeah, we can see that. Yep. I see
that?
total. I see total net profit 20,000. Gross profit 42,000. I see it.
Alrighty.
There it is, live and in the mix, man. So let me ask you this question. I'm pretty sure somebody's saying, well, brother, how much money did you have to put up of your own to do that? How would you answer that question?
Well, we ain't putting up any money of our own. I mean, other than the initial investment into the BWO.
There we go.
We're pretty much on the path of getting funded. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's on the path of getting funded. Most people already got funded. So if you ask me, it's OPM, other people's money.
So in other words, you're trading other people money to show them who you're getting funded by that you know risk management. And once you reach your target, they fund you 100,000, 150,000, or 250,000, depending on which one you're signed up under. And then after that, you get your first 8,000 is 100% yours. And then after that, you only splitting 80-20, and you don't keep 20, you keep the 80. So let me ask you, brother, before we go, which one are you doing? Is it 150,000 or 250,000? And how far off are you?
I'm doing 150,000, and I'm starting evaluation tomorrow. And this partner, after 12 months, it's 90-10. So
Ooh.
once it's 90%, and then
So you're gonna be getting 90% of the bread and they get 10.
that's if we ride it for a whole year with them, you know.
That's right, man. Well, thank you, man. Thank you for sharing your testimony. We about to pass it to Dr. Jake Taylor Jacobs. Thank you, brother.
Righty, man. Peace and love, y'all.
Now he just gave me some game. And let me just be honest with y'all. Y'all may wonder why Brother Ben didn't know that. Because I'm a student too. Just got my Autotrader last night. So everybody in the Discord know Brother Ben be in the trenches because I'm a student just like them. I didn't know that there was an option after a year. You can get 90% and they get 10%. That's even more better. One more person before we bring Dr. Jacob, our brother Trey Walker. What's going on, brother, man? What's been your experience after joining the BWO?
What's up, brother Ben? Assalamu alaikum, family. So I got in BWO in March. So when I got in, it was $1,100. I made that back like in my first week, and that's for like the annual membership. So just that alone, I was like, bro, this is unreal. Like, it's no way. And so man, first I just want to say I want to just thank Allah for everything, because it wasn't until I really started following the teachings that I even know who you was, 19 Key was. Like everybody that I understand, I had to make an Instagram just to like follow y'all and understand what the BWO was, because I wasn't a social media person at all. So man, the BWO just changed my life just so much, man. It's just crazy. And so out of the BWO, you got 4 people that's all teaching you something that's a multimillionaire that's taking out their time to invest to.
We can hear
talking
you.
to me?
No, we can hear you.
Good. Yeah. So you got 4 millionaires that's all taking out their personal lifetime to invest to give back to the Black community for those who don't understand or don't understand how to get to where they at. So I really cherish that, because y'all don't have to do what y'all do, but y'all do it because y'all care. So you got Brother Ben X who teaching you digital real estate. You got 19 Keys who teaching you mindset. Chris Cole teaching you about trading stocks. And then you have Jake Taylor who teach you how to be your own private bank. And then you getting all that for what, at most $3,000 a month. Like, you can't beat that. Somebody go spend $3,000 right now on the chain.
Now,
I'm just saying that's the general price. It's $9.97 right now.
No. You said 3,000 a month. I want now. It's 3,000 a
My
year.
bad.
It's 3,000 a year.
A year.
Right now for $9.97, you can get over 50% off. But go ahead.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, that's what I meant. But yeah, so when you just think about that and what you get for that, it's just like people really don't invest into stuff unless they understand the value. Like, I can go preach to my friends all day, join the BWO. This is why I'm progressing in life, so and so, and they want to see their own results or whatever. I'm not about to baby nobody. You know, once I hit my millionaire status, hey, I done told you how I did it. So it's up to you whether you gonna tag along or not.
Yes, sir. Well, man, I definitely appreciate you, man, for being a part of the program. Before we go, my last question is, how young are you?
I am 26.
Come on, man. 26 years young, getting this knowledge, man. The brother said he made it back his first week, man. So I thank you, brother.
The first week.
Man, I thank
Appreciate
you
it, man.
for being a part of the program. Assalamu alaikum.
Same. Walaikum salam.
All right, y'all. We're about to bring on the man with the plan. The one who taught me how to get out of debt. The one who taught me that, man, you need a new zero. See, that was a concept I got from brother Dr. Jake Taylor Jacobs. See, that zero that's in your Bank of America account, that can no longer be your zero. We are gods. We have to have a better standard than the average human being. So my zero can no longer be zero. And not only can it not be zero, but if I go under that zero, I got to pay myself back interest just like I would Chase, just like I would Bank of America. If I'm making they family banks more richer, why can't I make mine? So we have to set our mind at a new standard so we can operate at a different standard. Set yourself a new zero. I don't care if it's starting off at $50. Then you go up to 100, then 500, then 1,000. Then one day you're going to have $10,000 as your zero. And when you got $10,000 in your bank, when somebody say, hey, man, can I borrow $1? You say, man, I'm broke. I got $0 in my bank account. And if you got 9,000, you tell them, man, I'm in a negative. That's going to take you to a whole nother level of thinking. I learned that from my brother, Dr. Jake Taylor Jacobs. So if y'all want to learn some more about that, check out my brother, Dr. Jake Taylor Jacobs. There he is.
What's up with it, bro? Listen, I'm extremely excited to be on here today. Y'all know I just had my baby boy, my son, my heir to the throne. So I'm a little bit tired. Y'all can see in my eyes, but I'm always excited to come and just give y'all some game and just tell you all why it's important for you to take life to the next level and build your own banking system. I saw somebody in the comments ask, does this work if I have a felony? Do I have to have credit in order to build up my family, in order to get into this auto trade, in order to do what you all are talking about? But the truth be told, we're the only, listen to me, we're the only financial institution, financial organization, group of people on this planet that literally teaches you how to be the bank without ever borrowing money. Now, listen, this isn't no pun to anybody or anything else. But one thing that we don't harp on and we don't teach you is how to become dependent upon a banking system. Because one of the things that we have to remember and understand, how can I be independent if my entire financial ecosystem is dependent on some other man's bank, some other family's bank? And y'all hear me talk about this all the time. What we have to remember and we have to know is that these Bank of Americas, these JP Morgan, Chase Bank, these are families that we borrow from and depend on a regular basis in order for us to have the life that we want, to drive the cars that we drive. And matter of fact, we build up our credit score just so that we can take our report card to our daddy Chase, to our daddy Bank of America, to our daddy Wells Fargo. And no matter what anybody says, I am a firm believer that we all have the same capability to become our own banking system, no different than JP Morgan Chase did, no different than Bank of America did, no different than these credit unions have become. And we have to make the decision today that you no longer want your family to be dependent on any other family banking system. You got to build your own bank. So before I even get started, y'all got to put I am the bank in the comments. I can't talk to people who aren't bank minded. I can't talk to people who don't think bank like I think bank. And so before we can even talk about anything, I need us to put in the comments, I am the bank. I need to see I am the bank. I need to see I am the bank in the comments before I say anything. I ain't saying that until I see I am the bank. Because like mind got to be speaking to like mind. In a like mind of speaking like me, you can't understand what we're teaching you in BWO until you decide that you no longer want to be dependent. That you no longer want to be dependent. Brother Ben was talking, and one day, people always like to say, don't speak broke over your life because you don't need to say broke. You need to say something else. And when I met Brother Ben, what he was talking about was his zero was literally zero. So a lot of us, we go around this world in this life having the same zero that we had as a child. As you get older in your life, the zero in your reserves, the zero in your bank account, the zero in your currency holdings should not be the same zero you had as a child. Matter of fact, a lot of us have more money as a child in our bank account than we actually do as adults today. We're retracting. So when I talked to Brother Ben, I said, bro, I can't even talk to you about finances until you change your zero. He said, Jake, what you talking about? I said, brother, listen, when I say I'm broke, my broke is different than your broke. I mean, my zero at the time was $100,000 in my bank account. If I had less than $100,000 in my bank account or in my cash reserves or anything that I was holding my currency, if I had less than $100,000, I was broke because $100,000 became my zero. And a lot of us can't even become the bank, can't even think about growing, can't even think about developing because our banks, our zero is still the same zero. So what we got to understand, I said, Brother Ben, your new zero got to be 10,000. And as he got to 10,000, I said, bro, it's time to change your zero. And the only thing I'm doing is I was changing the paradigm when he thought about money. Because when you lose your attachment to money, you can actually become the bank. And these are things I actually want to talk to you about because everything that BWO is teaching you, from building a business to having insurance reserves to trading in the markets, these are all characteristics of banking. We're literally teaching every single family that plugs into our system. We're teaching you how to build your own banking system. This is what we're teaching you. We're not teaching you how to go find a way to get a good credit card and use this credit card and then invest in your business to then go do what? But you don't even know how to attract the money. So write this down. I used to be a teacher, so I got a little notes for you. When it comes to understanding what we do as BWO, you got to first understand that, one, you have to learn how to have the ability to add value to the marketplace and attract other people's currency. Man, I get so tired of hearing these broke, busted, disgusted people talk about, yeah, shit, you know, what you want to do, family. You want to get other people's money. You know what I'm talking about? You want to get other people's money. You want to use their credit cards. You want to use their loans. And then after you get other people's money, then you go and double up. And then you go triple that. Well, let's do some math. Ask yourself, can the bank survive without us funding it? Can anybody answer that? Can the bank survive without us funding it? Can the bank survive? The answer is no. The bank needs our money in order to make it work, to make it function. So think about this ideology we have. The bank says, I need other people's money, right? But the bank ain't borrowing money from us to that capacity in order to use our money. They created a business, and their business is servicing and protecting and securing our currency. Their business is servicing, managing, and protecting our currency because we don't know how to build our own banking system. So they literally make money from managing our money and then growing their money. They created a business. They added value to the marketplace because people wanted to find a safe place to hold their currency. They wanted to find a safe place to hold their assets. They want to find a safe place where they can actually utilize their currency on a card and they don't have to continue to use cash. So the banking system literally became a management company that manages our money, and they service our money and they get paid from it. So imagine this. We got taught, let's use other people's money. But versus looking and mirroring what the banks do, we listen to the very people that are getting funded by the banks. Jake, what do you mean? A lot of these financial analysts and advisors that you see on TV, their top sponsors are the banks. Why do you think they teach you that you need to borrow in order to get wealth? Why do you think they teach you that you need to borrow and leverage other people's money in order to truly be able to build sustainable equity and become a millionaire? Because they're getting funded by these people. So when I think about it, I say, well, damn, how do the banks get our money? They market, they brand, and they sell products to us to get us to give them their money. But they taught us, in order to get other people's money, you need to go through a third party to get the consumer's money versus going directly to the plug. So that's literally us deciding that we need to go through a retail, a third party versus going directly to the wholesale, which is the consumer. So the first thing that we have to understand is, like Brother Keys was talking about, is learning how to add value enough to receive other people's money by building a business, by being an entrepreneur, by adding value to the marketplace so that you can be able to attract other people's money without having to pay a fee for it or without having to pay interest for it. This is the first key of learning how to build your own bank, because it doesn't matter what you do in the market. If you cannot continuously receive and get money on a daily basis to continue to fund and grow your wealth machine, it's going to die, and it's going to be overly dependent on your ability to trade like Chris Cole, who is a 1% trader. And he's a 1% trader because 99% of people cannot do what he does. That's why we create the Autotrader. Is this making sense? So Being the Bank says, F the middleman. Being the Bank says, I'm not going to be dependent on JP Morgan to feed my family. I'm going to go directly to the same consumers that JP Morgan's going to so I can get that currency. Now the question is, well, damn, Jake, after I get the currency, what do I do? You know what 99% of us do when we get that money? 99% of us, when we get currency in our hands, we then go and take liability and go spend on liabilities. Because we say, shit, I own this money. This is my money. I'm going to go get a house. I'm going to go get a car. I'm going to go get a crib. I'm going to go do all of this. And you fail to realize that you haven't studied the banks. If you want to be a bank, you have to watch what the banks do. The banks don't take our money and then go buy fancy cars and a big house with our money. No, they take our money and then they find a way to protect our money with ensuring the currency and ensuring the people in charge of running this institution. And then they find a way to grow the money. Then they spend the money that's profitable from the growth. We got finances backwards. We get the money and then we spend the money and then we try to grow what's left. How backwards is that? So I looked at, my father told me when I was a young man, he said, son, never depend on a bank. Never depend on a bank for what you can do for yourself. When my father taught me that, I took it literal. I say, well, whatever the bank is doing, I can do for myself. All it does, it just takes a little bit of discipline and focus in order to do it. So what do I got to do? I got to find a way to be valuable to the marketplace to get other people's money without having to pay interest to get it. Now, when I get that money, I got to find a way to ensure that cash so that that money is protected and me and my value for future references is protected, i.e. insurance, the insurance reserves. Y'all know in the Kingdom Banking Blueprint inside of BWO, I show you exactly where the banks store their cash and it grows tax-free. You can access it tax-free. I show y'all that. So not only now when you get the money, you can insure the money where it's guaranteed to grow no matter what, and it's guaranteed to protect your legacy moving forward. And it's important because when you talk about banking, you got to think about growth in locations, okay? We're going to get to that point in a second. So when I get that money, okay, now when I get that money and I receive that money, then I insure that cash. That's what we teach in BWO. The last thing is absolutely important. Can I tell you what the last thing is? The last thing is learning how to have the ability to grow it. This is what's important. Learning how to have the ability to grow. And here's a funny thing. 90 to 99% of the institutions that we trust with our money to trade for us, they're using auto traders. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that? 90 to 99% of these financial institutions that we trust with our money, they are using auto traders in order to grow their money. Auto traders. Jake, what do you mean? I thought they got financial analysts that overlook and manage. Yes, they do. They have people who are just like Chris Cole that puts their mind inside of automation like Keys was talking about. And their mind is inside of automation. And they're literally using their strategies inside of a system that trades for them. Why is this important? Because the bank doesn't have time to manage trillions of dollars or billions of dollars and trade it manually. They have to depend on a system that can move without emotion. So what do? We trust our money with 401ks. We trust our money with IRAs. We trust our money with financial analysts and advisors who don't know jack shit squat about growing money long term, and they're not even consistent in their own portfolio. So we're getting the money, the money's leaving us, and then we take what's left and then give it to somebody else to grow it. What we're teaching you in BWO, can I tell you? We're teaching you how to be your own financial analyst. And with the auto trader, you don't have to sit all day. It's already the top 1% in the world that Chris Cole, as a trader, his mind is inside the system. All you have to do is learn how to control what's already automated. That's all you got to learn how to do. Jake, what you mean? Did y'all know that when you're flying on a plane, the pilots don't actually fly the plane? It's automated. All the pilot has to know how to do is take it off and land it. And if things get bumpy, they can put on their seatbelts and they can control the plane. And guess what they do? They put it back on autopilot. Do you know why a lot of our wealth gets consumed and drained every single day? Because we got too many emotions and money that's supposed to serve us. Can I give you a quick nugget? Chris, I'm almost done, Brother Ben. I'm almost there. It's funny how a lot of us lose sleep of the very thing that we used to slave over. Jake, what you mean? Well, 70% of the money currency that we do crazy stuff over is made of cotton. So it's funny how we used to pick cotton and get beat like a slave, and these masters created a banking system. So now we're chasing cotton in the form of a dollar bill. So you went from picking cotton to chasing cotton because you can't get away from the slave-like mentality. See, this is why BWO was created. So when you lose and you remove the emotion from wealth building, it's easier to develop true wealth. But when your emotions are involved, you make emotional decisions which can literally cause your wealth in the future and your kids' wealth in the future. So what we've done, we've taken what the banks do. We teach you how to make money straight from the people and not get charged for it. We teach you the discipline on how to properly manage that currency, just like the banks do. We teach you how to insure that currency and insure your value, just like the banks do. And then we also give you access to an auto trader, and we teach you how to look at the markets just like the banks do. Now, can you tell me any family that understands this that is a broke family? What family in the world that understands these principles will be broke? None. This is why bridging wealth opportunities was important, because we're bridging true wealth opportunities right to your house. And then here's the last thing that banks do, because we said that we're the banks. They overpopulate and they create branches. They overpopulate and they create branches. Well, Jake, how can I create multiple branches? You create multiple branches through your children and their children and their children. Because what happens at the main bank should be able to happen at the bank on another street. See, these are what these monopoly type families have done. They monopolize and they franchise and they do it over and over again. But guess what? Every franchise, every monopoly, every branch has to start from one location. You are the very location that your family is needing in order for you all to never have to depend on no other family again. One thing I'm proud of, can I tell you what I'm proud of? I'm not proud of the Rolls Royce that I got, the jewelry that I have. I'm not proud of the house that we're building from scratch, debt-free. I'm not proud of just living a debt-free life. What I'm most proud of is that my children will never have to go and borrow money from another family, from another bank in their entire life. That's what I'm proud of. That if a bank ever comes to my children, they're coming and talking to us like we a bank. You got to give us rates that we can't give ourselves. You got to cut us a deal that just absolutely makes sense to us. This is what's important. This is what we got to understand. And this is what we got to start moving like, family. Because how can you be free if you don't take the steps and do the proper protocol to actually have freedom? So you have to learn how to continue to bring value to the marketplace so that you can continue to attract other people's currency. Because it doesn't matter what the currency is of the day. All it matters is the value that you bring to the market. Because all of the currency can die tomorrow. And if the currency was Evian, as a trading, my value, my brother's value that we bring to the marketplace, we'll attract all of this. We'll attract it. And that will be our currency. So don't worry about the currency. Worry about your value. Then once you receive the value, worry about how to build infrastructures to protect and insure the currency that you're bringing in through insurance and through trust. Then from there, we teach you how to grow that capital with trading and with the auto trader. Because honestly, as a businessman, it's hard for me to think about stopping and trying to become a number one top 1% trader like Chris. But it's easy for me to tap into his mind and invest into his auto trader and know enough to know when that trader is going off the market and how I can be just like the pilot, put it back in shape and in gear, and then click autopilot again. See, the only thing that we're trying to get you to understand is that all of these principles will stand and have stood the test of time. But we're not happy until you're building your own banking system, until you calling yourself a brother Jahil Muhammad, the house of Muhammad, the house of greatness, the house of CG, the house of right. Matter of fact, this is what I want y'all to do before I go. If y'all are following me and you understand and you truly want to really understand this, I want you, the name of your bank is going to be the house of whatever your last name is. The house of whatever your last name is, okay? So that's what I want you to put, house of, and then name your last name. That's your new family bank. So for my family, it's the house of Jacobs. That's our family bank. Everything comes through the house of Jacobs. And I want you to put that, the house of, put your last name. The house of, put your last name. The house of, put your last name. Because when people talk to you, you need to stop representing yourself when you talk to people. When people talk to me, you talking to my generation, you talking to my family. So if you step wrong, you got a little curve in your step, you ain't moving the right way, you ain't moving righteous, I don't even talk to you. Why? Because I can't afford to misrepresent my family name. The house of Baldwins, the house of Young, the house of Brown, the house of Parks, the house of Justice, the house of Walker, the house of Wright. That's what I like to see. The house of Claggett, the house of Moy, the house of Cooks. Look, watch this. Look at this, family. The house of Morse, the house of Goodman, the house of Muhammad, the house of McLean. See, this is what's important, because society wants you to think that your past mistakes of felonies, your past mistakes of credit, it makes you forfeit your true wealth for your family. But that ain't true, family, because a lot of these wealthy families are crooked and they got felonies. A lot of these wealthy families, they had bad credit. A lot of these wealthy families been in prison more times than your cousin Bobo. You just don't know about it because they have the same wealth principles that we teaching you. Now, we ain't teaching you no overnight wealth strategies. We ain't teaching you how to go scam such and such, or how to go scam the bank for a quick come up. We ain't teaching you how to make a quick flip in real estate. What we teaching you is true business, true insurance reserves, how to protect that currency, and how to grow that currency by understanding the marketplace. And from now on, when I talk to you and you see me in person, and you tell me your name, you need to first address me by your house of name. You need to say the house of Burris, my name is Xavier. You need to say the house of Tillman, my name is Tiara. You need to say the house of Thomas, my name is Cole. You need to say the house of Red, my name is Robert. You need to say the house of Young, my name is Doug. You need to say I'm the house of Clark, my name is Clarkstead. You need to say the house of Hamilton, my name is Shirley. You need to say the house of Sanders, my name is DeAndre. Do y'all feel that power? The house of Serlio, my name is Jesus. Y'all need to say this is the house of Washington, my name is Chase. So when I'm talking to you, I know that a bank is talking to a bank, and it's an institution talking to an institution. And can I tell you something? It's hard to trick an institution out their spot, but it's easy to trick a person out of theirs. When you know who you are and you know how to build true wealth, can't nobody trick you out your spot. And Brother Ben, that's all Dr. Jake got today, brother.
All right, mic check, 1, 2. If you can hear me, give me a Y in your chat box. Dr. Jake, Brother Ben, my brother's 19 Keys, I appreciate y'all big time. Everybody who on the webinar, I appreciate y'all as well. All right, cool. So the three before me, they did enough speaking for all of us for tonight. So again, y'all, most of you all who are familiar with me, especially those who are already BWO members, y'all know how I roll. You can't argue with the results. So the whole purpose of the webinar tonight was to show you all version or bot number 2 that was released. So I know a lot of you all been following on social media. We got some of our beta group members in here, obviously, as well. So I'm going to go through bot number 1. This is the results that you all have been seeing people post on social media. These are the results of what you've been seeing and hearing from the testimonies. And this particular bot, I designed it to trade the interest rates or the debt markets, primarily the 30-year bonds, the 10-year treasury notes, and also the 5-year notes. So bot number one was created, like I say, for the sole purpose of trading the interest rates in the most premium debt market in the world. So let me share my screen and get right to it. All right, cool. So here, oh, I got the wrong ones up. We'll get to that in a second. All right, so here on my screen, what we're looking at is the Autotrader in action today. Again, you know, we had this webinar mapped out and planned for the day. We have no control over the outcome of the bot. However, these are the actual results of the Autotrader bot that I had running today for the 30-year bonds here in the ZB 921, the 10-year treasury notes in the ZN, and my 5-year notes down here. And what we can see here on the screen is these green lines are telling us when we have a winning trade in the market, and the red lines are letting us know when we have a losing trade in the market. Okay. So to keep it simple, today with the 30-year bonds, I had one winning trade, one massive winning trade this morning, and I had one small losing trade to close out the trading day. In my 10-year treasury notes, I had a massive winning trade this morning. It only needed to take one trade in order for me to reach my profit target for the day. And in the 5-year notes as well, I had one massive winning trade out of the gate. Now, the beautiful thing about this is all of this was automated. I've been on the golf course all day long today, and I've been in meetings and catching up on some things that wasn't pertaining to trading or BWO. And obviously, I was able to still capitalize on the market. 95% of trading is automated or electronic trading. Okay. Most of you all who have been down a trading road or the trading journey before, those of you who are on the trading journey now, you know how difficult it is to manage your emotions, right? How difficult it is to manage your emotional attachment, your feelings about money when you're trading, right? The Autotrader simply does everything for you. It manages your entry, your exit, and controls your risk. These are the only 3 things that you can control in the market in the first place. Everything else is completely outside of your control. Okay. The premise of me developing this Autotrader, and it's something that's been in the works for over 3 years at this point, was to allow a consistent passive income. Okay. To be able to consistently create passive income in the market while I'm able to spend my time honing my craft in other areas of the market. Also, those of you who are familiar with trading know that how many markets can you typically trade at a time if it's just you trading and clicking buttons? One market. Okay. This Autotrader has allowed me to do what? Just in this instance, I'm trading 3 markets simultaneously, automatically. Okay. So when it comes to diversifying my portfolio, diversifying my trading, right, hedging myself in the market, exercising the principles of compounding and leverage, this allows me to take advantage of it because I can do this bot is allowing me to trade 3 markets at one time. Okay, so I don't have to switch over from trading ZB and say, oh, I'm gonna trade ZN today or I'm gonna trade ZF today. I can trade all three markets at one time. And again, this is bot number one, BWO Autotrader. Y'all can see it up here in the left-hand corner of my screen. And this particular bot is the one that you all have been seeing the stellar results on. Now, what we're all here for today, or at least I know my beta group is for bot number two. Now, what's the advantages of bot number two? Bot number two allows you to trade up to 12 markets simultaneously. Now, do I recommend you to trade 12 markets simultaneously? No. Well, what was the purpose of me saying that? Well, having the option to trade 12 different markets allows you to pick your favorite markets and trade them automatically and simultaneously, right, to create a consistent passive income in the market. Okay, so y'all see these three that I have for bot number one. Now, bot number two, how many of y'all heard the S&P 500? Standard & Poor's 500, right? This is the bot on the S&P 500. Okay, I got in a short trade. Well, the bot got in a short trade here at 43, 45, 50, and it took profit down here at 43, 20, 50. It came back, got into a long position here at 43, 33, 50, and we got an exit here at 43, 51, 75. Just trading one contract. Each one of these trades was worth $1,250. Okay, so in total, these two trades, trading the minimum number of contracts, grossed me what, $2,500 profit in the market. If I was trading 10 contracts, that's $25,000 in a single day automatically. Okay, so again, the ability to create consistent passive income. Now, what other markets? I'm gonna show you two more. Crude oil today. Okay, the crude oil market. We bought 71.78. The market closed us out at $72.78. This particular trade grossed me $1,000. Okay, we came back and sold 72.66, and we got stopped out at 72.96. So I had $1,000 winner here, and I had a $300 loss here for a net profit of $600 on the day. Again, if I'm trading 10 contracts, that's $6,000 that I made passively in the market without doing anything except making sure that I had a reliable Wi-Fi connection and I had my account set up properly. Last but not least, gold, GC. Okay. I entered the market here at 1794.3, got out of the market here at 1801.8. This one particular trade was worth $750. Trading 10 contracts, that's $7,500 that was made in the market today automatically. Now, this is the kicker. What if I told you that I was trading all 6 of these markets at the same time? I had bot number 2 that was released today, trading on crude oil, the S&P 500, and gold. And I had bot number 1 trading on my interest rates in debt markets. So when we start talking about portfolio diversification, trading, hedging, and really managing risk like a professional trader or like a bank, right? These systems, these automated systems are allowing me to trade multiple instruments, multiple markets simultaneously. Now, let me tell you something about trading, right? All of the markets flow together, okay? where there's money flowing into one market, there's simultaneously money flowing out of another market. Okay, there's a reason that I chose these markets, right? The debt markets and the interest rate, and there's a reason that I chose to trade gold, crude, and the S&P 500 together. Now, there's 9 other markets that I'm not even going to talk about tonight, but I will on the 14th for those of you who participate and purchase bot number 2 to go through each one of the markets, the settings, the correlations, and different things of that nature to show you how to maximize your auto trading bot and how to trade multiple markets simultaneously. Again, this was just a brief example of what the market did today across 6 different markets in real time simultaneously. So y'all know me. I like to keep it short. As usual, you can't argue with the results. And I look forward to the newcomers, those of you who's been on the waiting list looking to purchase and be a part of this automated trading revolution, this financial technology solutions that we're bringing to the BWO community, and ultimately putting our people in a position that is leveling the playing field. I'm going to let Brother Ben come back on and tell y'all how to take part. What I will tell you is that I know we were originally going to release the bot tomorrow, but we're actually going to allow y'all to purchase and release the bot as soon as the webinar is over. Email has already been sent out, or probably should have been sent out to everybody that's on the waiting list. However, at the conclusion of the webinar, everybody will have the opportunity to purchase the bot. And I know it's 10:41 Eastern Standard Time, so not quite midnight, but we're going to go ahead and release the bot for purchase upon the conclusion of Brother Ben closing this thing out and us closing this webinar down. Again, I thank everybody for participating. I look forward to working with everybody that's coming on board. I appreciate everybody that's already on board with the automated system. Again, y'all know BWO, our goal, our agenda is to raise up 1,000 millionaires, 1,000 7-figure families inside of our community. And we're just starting with this cutting edge technology that's going to accelerate this process sooner than later.
Yes, sir.
Brother Ben, you got it.
Appreciate it, brother. All right. As y'all can see on the screen right here, go to www.bwospecial.com. Look at that at the bottom right-hand corner. Go to www.bwospecial.com right now, and you can get in for $9.97. You can get in right now for $9.97. As you can see, the annual membership is usually $3,000. Look at how much it costs to get Brother Chris's Auto Trader without BWO. You'll be paying $15,000. And as y'all can see from the results from today, not only from Brother Chris, who is the expert here, but from the students, they're making thousands of dollars a day, leading them up to their target, which is going to get them funded, which can make them 80%, give them 80% of that profit, or the other brother said 90%. But if you got your BWO membership, you can get in at $2,500 with the Auto Trader. You get access to the BWO courses and content, access to exclusive BWO content, and access to the monthly trading room with Brother Chris, meaning you guys will be able to be in the room with Chris personally, watching him trade, watching him explain how to do this. So everybody who texts the link, who text 30K to 214-884-4644, I will send you all the link directly. I'm about to text it in the comment section. Text 30K to 214-884-4644. And when you all do that, right after this webinar, I'm going to send you guys a direct link to where you can get in at a discount into the BWO. With that being, oh my bad, I think Chris want to say something. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, brother Ben, they actually put the wrong prices up there. So
Okay.
version bot number 1, which is the interest rates trader bot, is 2750. Bot number 2, which allows you to trade up to 12 markets simultaneously, is 3750, I believe, and you can get both of the bots, bot number 1 and bot number 2, for a package rate at $49.97. It's at the bottom. The correct price is at the bottom.
Correct prices are there at the bottom, family. Scrolling below.
Yep, and it's bot number 2 is going to be limited to a certain amount of people. Bot number 1, everybody that's on the waiting list, we're going to make bot number 1 available. But bot number 2, there is a limited number of those bots available, and it's a limited number of those bots available because those markets that they trade, even though they're popular, they're thin markets, meaning that there's not as much participation or volume in those markets as the bond futures, the 10-year treasury notes, and the 5-year treasury notes. So we can't have 1,000 people executing the same trade on gold because it's simply not enough participation or volume at each of those price levels. So this is why we are limiting the number of bot number 2s that's available for purchase. So even though you can trade more markets, it's more robust, and the profit potential it is greater, it has to be limited because these are what you call thin markets.
And just to let you guys know, Sabrina Kane, who's on the screen right now, she helps on the tech behind the scenes. Many of y'all who are students, y'all already know her. But look at what she just said. We almost sold out already. The email was sent to the wait list people already. So there's literally already limited spots already for that. And Chris, before we get out of here, somebody who probably came in late, can you explain why someone would need both bots? So can you go over that one more time?
Yeah, so it's all about diversity, right? And diversifying your portfolio, and having the ability to diversify your day trading. Dr. Jake talked about the banks. When you talk about trade that's at major brokerage firms, people aren't just trading one thing or one instrument, right? These electronic trading programs and automated trading programs are trading 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 different assets at a time. They got their money and their risk spread out, right? I don't want to risk all of my money in one market, because if the market is down, then my pockets are down, right? But if I can trade 6, 9, 12 markets at a time, right? 3 of the markets can be down and the other 9 up, right? So you have that that risk management component when you're trading multiple markets. So bot number 2 gives you the ability to trade potentially more profitable markets, but definitely a lot more markets where you can diversify your day trading and do these things simultaneously and automatically. Again, the whole idea and premise behind this is to build a consistent passive income. I can set my auto trader up. I'm running across 6 to 9 different markets, and I can go do something else, right? And I know over time, based on the risk management that's programmed, that my bot is going to give me a positive return. It's going to give me a greater return than my money by just allowing it to sit in the bank. It's going to give me a greater return on my money than just allowing it to be under my mattress, right? And it's definitely going to give me a greater return on my money than just spending my money and going out there buying bullshit that's not going to have any opportunity to return me anything. So again, the reason you will want to use both bots, just like I showed tonight, is to have the ability to diversify your day trading portfolio and your asset allocation in the market.
Yes, sir.
And yes, people, you will be able to upgrade at a later time, but when bot number 2 is gone, bot number 2 is gone.
All right. Well, peace, brother Chris, man. Appreciate you for your presentation. All right. Once y'all become a member, you guys will be contacted by the proper people to help you get signed up. If you have any questions, you'll know where to actually go. Matter of fact, Kane, I tried to text you, but I don't think you got it. If you would like to put where they can email once they down, if they having any trouble with buying it, or once they get it, how to download it, who should they email? Who should they contact, Sister Kane, so that we can go ahead and get in front of this, because there's a lot of people coming in right now. As she said, it's almost already sold out. So yeah, Kane just put in the comment section, beta group, lifetime people. You will get an email within 48 hours about version 2. Don't worry. Once again, from Kane, beta group, lifetime people. You will get an email within 48 hours about version 2. Here goes this. Any tech issues can be sent to bwoautotrader@gmail.com. There it is. Please screenshot this, write this down right now. Any tech issues can be sent to bwoautotrader.com. And so, everybody, make sure y'all text that number. I'm about to send out a link as a reminder, bwospecial.com. You can get in BWO for more than 50% off. We have much more than the Auto Trader in there, but we look forward to you all making your money back easily and fast with the Auto Trader. Thank you all for listening. See y'all next time. Peace.